contracts for road construction. Anambra Assembly Speaker Okafor commends APGA stakeholders on peaceful conduct of Congress. Inauguration, DSS warns against unruly behaviors. And on the foreign scene, Wagner Machinery Group withdraws from Ukraine as 20,000 fighters die. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and thanks for joining us on ABS Evening News. My name is Chinyere Ikioreke. The road construction resolution of Governor Chukwuma Soludo got added boost as the Anambra State Executive Council ANSA approved the release of the sum of 5,270,662,882 naira for the construction of Isuofia Township Road Phase 1 as extension of the Ibuku-Ikenga Ekulobia ongoing road project with a spur into Isuofia Nanka. The contract was awarded to AG Vision Construction Nigeria Limited with a completion period of 12 months. It is contained in a press release signed by the Information Commissioner, Mr. Paul Wonsu. ANSA also approved the release of the sum of 3,397,284,492 naira for the construction of Okuzu Umunya Road, measuring 6.61 kilometers in Oyi local government area, Anambra State. The contract was awarded to Lebet Construction Limited with a completion period of 12 months. Furthermore, the release of the sum of 2,290,150 million naira was approved for answer from the construction of Awelaja Obosi flood control infrastructure in the Demili South local government area, Anambra State. The contract was awarded to Stanfati Stock Help for a completion period of 18 months. The sum of 1,160 million naira for the reconstruction of some selected roads and Silas Road, Walk Road to Creek Road, measuring 2.640 kilometers in Onitsha, Anambra State was approved. The contract was awarded to Rogel Nigeria Limited and the completion period is 5 months. ANSEC equally approved the release of the sum of 1,153,633,172 naira and 69 kobo for the reconstruction of some selected streets in Onitsha, Zix Avenue, Ozomangala Street, and Link Road. The contract was awarded to Grand Star Limited with the completion period of 6 months. The release of 1,350,684,916 naira 47 kobo was approved for the construction of Amobia Internal Road, Lot 1, 3.588 kilometers, Oka South Local Government Area, Anambra State. The contract was awarded to Daniels Construction Limited with 12 months completion period. Finally, ANSAC approved the release of the sum of 1,287,983,526 naira for the reconstruction of some selected roads, Moral Street, Iweka Road in Onitsha, Anambra State. The contract was awarded to Zongjihan Construction Nigeria Limited with a completion period of 9 months. The Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Uche Okafor, has described the leader of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, Governor Chukwuma Soludo, as a true Democrat and committed party man. In his congratulatory message to Governor Soludo, APGA stakeholders and faithful on the successful conduct of the party's world's local government and state congresses, Right Honorable Okafor commended the governor for providing adequate security throughout the exercise. The Speaker, while felicitating with the elected officers of the party, especially the new APGA State Chairman, Chief Ifeatu Obi-Okoye, enjoined them to continue to see APGA as a family by reminding or remaining their brother's keeper. He called for collective effort to ensure successful national convention in Awka next week, adding that Governor Soludo has made genuine effort aimed at moving the state to greater heights. Right Honorable Okafor expressed happiness that Anambra State is predominantly made up of APGA members who have continued to advance the achievements of the party. The Speaker appealed to politicians in the state, irrespective of their party affiliations, to key into the development drive of Governor Soludo's administration to move the state forward. A joint task force from the Anambra State Ministry of Women and Social Welfare and Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra Ocha Brigade has intercepted 50 street beggars, out-of-school children hawking on the street of Oka and its environ. The action, according to task force, was to sanitize the state and pave way for the easy flow of traffic. Rescue out-of-school children in order to achieve the present administration's clean, green and sustainable mega city agenda. Correspondent Blessing Uchendo has details.
Areas visited include Aroma, Reginald Shirley Junction, Unizik Temporary Site, Akwata Junction, Amobe Bypass, Ekoka Market, among others. The team arrested 50 men, women and children who hail from different parts of the country. Speaking shortly after the raid, the Commissioner for Women and Social Welfare, Mrs. Ifi Obinabo, observed that there was an increase in the rate of children who hawk within Oka and beyond, with other evidence of child labor and exploitation that contradicts the child rights law which the state is a signatory to. Mrs. Obinabo stated that Anambra State government frowns at child labor in any guise and reiterated that any child seen hawking during school hours within weekdays will be apprehended and sent back to school.
And there is a law prohibiting all this, rascality. So we want to leverage on that law and let them do the needful. We're going to provide them, know why they decided to go to streets and start begging, and some will be sent back to their states. Some of the children, like hawkers, we will get their families, their parents to come. So we will know why they should send their children out. Then we know how we can help them.
In a chat with the ABS, some of the beggars, Uju Obie, Afa Nweke, and Ifoma Chuku, said hardship and lack of assistance led them into begging as they could not fend for their children. They said if assistance could be rendered to them to start up some businesses and put their children back to school, they will quit arms seeking for good.
Onwe how de ko ni odaro. Enwo pe o dum ko ni suga lo. So ya ye yo. No, wonu ke mani chete mu. Na go wan onwe he mai odego to wan ye garu. Ado mu kam to yelo ba yego school no.
No ko do mama. Mona na gije. Mama no kata no wa kam bia. Ai ma sibo. Na tineke ye me otu mo jinsi na wi share. Bini.
Some passers-by, Mrs. Dozie Obiongu and Emeka Adiene, commended the state government for its effort in restoring sanity in the capital city and also encouraged the government to sustain the measure in order to save the future of the children.
So if the government is supposed to have a place where there is a school and some other things, so that when you get these children who doesn't have stable parents, you keep them there, they go to school, they feed, and they are well taken care of.
Justifiable reason for the children to be out of school. In that case, if they happen to cash and cooperate, the person should be decisively dealt with, right?
People of Achala community in Oka North local government area have staged a peaceful protest at Government House Oka to register their grievances over report and judgment of Peace Committee handling the Achala Urum land disputes. Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
During the peaceful protests, members of Achala community were seen with placards with inscriptions like Achala Home and Abroad condemned the so-called Oka North Peace Committee report. We are not a party to the resolution or report of the biased Peace Committee. The land in dispute belongs to Achala since human existence, among others. The group, who spoke through the Secretary General of Achala Improvement Union, Mr. Callistus Nakwe, demanded that Anambra State government should disregard the report from the Peace Committee and reconstitute a new committee that will have the two parties involved in the dispute well represented, saying that it is only through that means that lasting peace will prevail in the area. He alleged that the Peace Committee, instituted by the former administration and chaired by the immediate past Transition Committee chairman for Oka North local government area, Mr. Ferdinand Onwuje, did not carry Achala community along in the course of the peace mandate from the state government, and claimed that throughout the over 26 sittings of the committee over the land dispute, nobody represented Achala community.
Here to register our protests pertaining the land issue we are having with the neighboring community, Urum, especially over the activities of a so-called peace committee that was set up. We are here to lay our protests and our grievance signs and at the same time make our position known that the report of the committee is not acceptable to the community.
Mr. Nnakwe, who described Governor Chukwuma Soludo as a man of peace and justice, expressed hope that through the intervention of his government on the issue, justice will prevail. Another member of the community, Pastor Joseph Nalue, explained that members of the said peace committee recently carried out boundary adjustment and demarcation on the Oshokwa disputed land without consulting Ashala community, calling on the state government to, as a matter of urgency, look into the matter in view of restoring lasting peace in the area.
The settlers, they can do slow, Urum. Well, on the Bani Mevana government. When I chain a line, one day at
Members of the community later handed over most of the placards and letters they wrote against the said peace committee to officials of the state government at the government house.
On national matters, the Department of State Services, DSS, has asked citizens, the media and civil society organizations to adhere strictly to security and civil protocols during the activities for the presidential inauguration, especially the swearing-in of the president on 29th May 2023 in Abuja and inauguration of governors in some states. The warning followed discovery of plans by some subversive elements to disrupt the programs in parts of the country, which a statement signed by the Public Relations Officer, Department of State Services, National Headquarters, Abuja, Mr. Peter Funanya, says aims to undermine security agencies' effort at ensuring peaceful ceremonies as well as creating panic and fear among members of the public. The statement also urged citizens to shun fake news, false alarm, so reportage and negative and sensationalism that may likely inflame division, tension and violence prior to and after the exercises. It reminded that such undesirable acts will serve no purpose other than destroying national unity and cohesion, and cautioned all authorized and unaccredited persons to stay away from restricted and certain designated areas at the event venues. The service reiterated its call on the populace to remain calm and law-abiding as it will continue to sustain collaboration with sister agencies to ensure successful inauguration. On the foreign scene, the head of Russia's Wagner Mercenary Group has announced that its forces have started withdrawing from the Ukraine city of Bakhmut. Yevgeny Prigozhin has vowed to transfer control of the city to the Russian army by 1st June, but Kyiv says it still controls pockets of the city. He said his forces were ready to return if Russian regular army proved unable to manage the situation. The battle for the city has been the longest and bloodiest of the war. Wagner mercenaries have led the fighting there for the Russian side, and Mr. Prigozhin this week said that 20,000 of its fighters had died in Bakhmut. In sport, Liverpool's new sporting director George Shukman has admitted his regret selling Napoli striker Vitor Osimhen during his developing stage at Wolfsburg. Both Osimhen and Shukman were together with Bundesliga giant Wolfsburg. The Nigerian was not quite the ruthless striker that he has developed into currently, and after going 16 games without a goal with the German side where he has just begun his professional career, he was allowed to join Belgian club Charleroi on a season-long loan where he flourished with 20 goals in all competitions during the 2018-2019 campaign. Following his impressive performance with Charleroi, the club activated their £3 million option to sign him. The 24-year-old will be on the move once more just a week later as Lille spoke with a £19 million deal. The former hangover 96 FC Köln and Wolfsburg chief is set to replace Julian Ward at Anfield in the summer and will be tasked with spearheading the Reds' operation in the transfer market this summer, following a less impressive season. That's the size of our packet tonight, but remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. The main point again, ANSEC has awarded more contract for road construction. Anambra Assembly Speaker Okafor has commended ABGA stakeholders on peaceful conduct of Congress. On national matters, we told you DSS has warned against unruly behavior. On the foreign scene, Wagner Mercenary Group has withdrawn from Ukraine as 20,000 fighters die. Here is a special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Thanks for being there. My name is Chinyere Ikioreke. Good night.